I had to leave earlier because my phone was running out of batteries. So let's fix that. I got a power bank. And I'm back. I'm on the road. And that's that for now. What is going on in the world? Let's see. So I was streaming for most of the morning until now. I took a break, had lunch, just had some soup. And I like to use that time to catch up on the news. What's going on that I saw in that short time that I got to read? Well, I guess we have paused the trade war with Mexico for a little bit, for a month. So we'll see how that goes. That's hilarious. What do I think about that? I just don't like, I've said it before, I don't like the going back and forth on things. So yeah, that's what I think about that. It's like, no one thought that if the tariffs were going to go through, and then it goes through, and the market went crazy, and now we're backing off, guys. We're backing off. So, we'll see. I didn't get to see what the list was because it said that some goods are still from Mexico are gonna still have tariffs. Yeah. So 1 second, I gotta get the nappy together before I get too far into the road. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Good.
Turn left onto Kellogg Drive.
Okay. What is going on? What else is going on?
100 feet, turn left to take the California 90 East route.
What's very interesting is that I think it was. I'm trying to figure out what they would pause it. I'm pretty sure a lot of the car parts are going to get paused. That's for sure. That is definitely happening. Because like I saw that the price of cars were going to go up like $10,000. Like that's insane. Imagine like that's what I find pretty interesting is that how they said that the cars they go back and forth multiple times on the border. You put tariffs on there, they're gonna get taxed to go from one side to the other, and then when they go back, they get taxed again. And that's insane. That is insane. It's kind of like, I don't know if you ever had the situation where you spend too much money in your bank account and there's that overdraft protection or whatever, but the banks still charge you like a bank charge for going over. I don't know if you've ever seen that before, but what they do though, what's very tricky is that they charge you for every transaction that you go to the negative, and they'll let them all go through, right? So let's say you only had $100 in your bank account and you spend, you bought something that was like $50, then you bought something that was like $70. That $70 purchase, they'll still like let it go through, and then they'll charge you a overdraft like protection fee. Because they're like, oh, you needed that thing that was $70, but since we had to cover the charges, like they'll charge you like $20 or something, and then but if you don't know, you don't know that they charge you or not, they will like you bought something else, right? You bought something else for $1, they're gonna let that $1 thing go through, and then they're gonna charge you another $20, and they just keep on going. So like you can get like 1,000 charges, and they're like, oh, we're helping you out, but instead of like instead of like helping you, just like, hey, you don't have any money, they're just gonna keep letting it go so they can keep charging you the overdraft fee. So that kind of reminds me of that when you're thinking about the stuff going back and forth, and they're just charging taxes on everything. What else is going on in the world that I see? I didn't get to see much because my break was little. But if you guys have any breaking news you want me to talk about, just let me know. Let me know. Let me know. I'm thinking about. You know what's also very interesting is that growing up, you eat like the most common breakfast if you're on the go would be cereal, right? And what's very interesting is that in Asia, in China, they don't eat cereal for breakfast. And so I had some relatives come over like pretty recently, and we were eating cereal. They were saying that cereal looks like you're eating dog food because like it's it comes out of the bag and it's like some processed thing to them. Because over there they don't eat that. They cook like full-on meals for breakfast. So that seems pretty interesting. That they think cereal is dog food. Oh, but I love cereal so much. I'm trying to think. What's my favorite cereal of all time, and they don't make it anymore, which makes me super sad, is, I don't know if you guys remember this. They had it a long time ago, but Rice Krispie Treats Special. Or did they call it Rice Krispie Special? But it's basically Rice Krispie Treats, little bits of Rice Krispie Treats that they like freeze dry or whatever, and it's in cereal form. Oh, it's so good. That was my favorite. Rice Krispie Treats Special. And they don't make it anymore. And I think it was pretty popular, but they don't make it anymore because there was an article that came out that it, at the time, had the most sugar of any of the cereals, which is very surprising because I remember it didn't taste that sweet to me when I was a kid. But oh, Rice Krispie Treats Special. That's good. But okay, of the cereal that they still have today, that they still make, what is my favorite? Can't go wrong with Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Frosted Flakes is kind of like a classic. You know what was my favorite when I was a kid? It's actually Kix, because I was into healthy-ish food when I was little. So Kix when I was little was my favorite. Like it just had just enough sugar, not too sweet. Oh, the other cereal I really liked was Basic 4. But the issue with Basic 4 is that it was super expensive. I mean, at the time, Basic 4 was like the most expensive cereal, and it comes in the smallest box. So whoever is the marketing person for Basic 4, what they should have done is they should have given you a giant box and just put a little bit of cereal in there, so you feel so, because like it was the most expensive cereal, and it could still be the most expensive cereal in a regular grocery store. I'm not talking about fancy pantsy cereal. Fancy pantsy cereal, they're all super expensive. But Basic 4, when I was growing up, was the most expensive cereal that you could possibly get, and it came in the smallest box. So now you feel like double scammed, because not only are you paying for the most expensive cereal, it looks like you're getting the least amount of cereal. So tip out there to Basic 4, if you guys still make Basic 4, because I haven't been down the cereal aisle in a little bit. Get a bigger box. Make people feel like getting a deal for your overpriced cereal. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Why haven't I been in the cereal aisle for a bit, you ask? Well, I have a kid now, and I think we're just in a different generation where, you know, my parents didn't care about anything. And I feel like this is the new generation of parents where we overcare, so we're trying to avoid the sugary cereal for breakfast. That's what I feel like now. Or at least maybe the parents that I see around me. They're just avoiding the cereal. Interesting also that over time I feel like things are getting so lazier and lazier, because you know before it was cereal, right? And then they started making those individual small package cereals that's like single serving, and then they had cereal bars where you're so lazy and I guess you're so on the go that you want to eat cereal, but you don't want to put it in a bowl and you don't want to pour milk on there. So you have cereal bars. And it's like cereal is already processed food. Cereal bars is on another level, because it's not, you don't even get real milk anymore. It's that they use milk powder to give that milk taste. So it's milk powder taste with the cereal pressed into a bar. That's pretty much, oh my gosh. Alright, that's cereal talk. What else is going on in the world? Let's see, where am I going, you may ask? I'm going on a quick trip to get some errands done, and then I'm gonna head to the gym. Health is key. One sign that you're getting older. Things hurt when they didn't hurt before. Let's see. Yesterday we went to go get eggs. Today we're gonna go get some other groceries or produce or whatever. That's what we're doing. Let's see, what else is very different that I was thinking about? The other day, I'm like a big sucker for like those old scary movies, because like when you watch them when you're an adult, like they're just not the same, but they're still so good. Like Child's Play, Chucky. I watched that when I was like little, and I feel like I think I was like 8, and I feel like that scarred me for a good chunk of my childhood. I don't know about there's a scary movie that scarred you for your childhood, but I feel like Chucky and Aliens. I remember Aliens, I watched that one also around like 7 or so, and that scarred me for a good chunk of my childhood. Like, that was the reason why I couldn't be in a room by myself, or I didn't like it when it's dark and by myself. Because like, you remember that scene in Aliens, right, where I don't remember her name anymore, but Scory Weaver and the little girl were in that room, and the corporate guy like puts in the little like face hugger things into their room, and oh my gosh, that's for a good chunk of my childhood. I felt like those things were everywhere. I think it could just appear and latch onto you and put eggs inside your tummy. So I was scared of that because you know what makes it extra scary, the face huggers, is the sides. When they walk, those look like two hands, you know, they just grab you, just shove their thing inside your mouth. And that's scarring. And then Chucky, what made Chucky super scary, Child's Play, I want to get real technical, was that the idea that a stuffed animal, and when you're a kid, you have so many of them, they can come alive, and it could be some psychopath inside. It felt like it could happen anytime. They're gonna want to switch bodies. But you know, one thing that I feel like they didn't do very well in Child's Play is that is there one where he actually successfully switches bodies with the kid? Like that's, I feel like that's a whole story. In Hollywood, if you're out there and you're remaking everything, I want to see a Child's Play movie. Now, for you guys that don't know, Child's Play was what Chucky is called. Everyone calls it Chucky when they were growing up. It's not called Chucky, it's called Child's Play. And there were like 6,000 of them. Until later, they just started calling it Chucky because everyone forgot what the movie was called and they just called it Chucky. But anyways, is there one, because they made like 6 or 7 of them, is there one where he actually successfully, this part I don't remember, changes bodies? I know there's one time he got really close, like he was literally one word away. But Hollywood, if you're out there and you're remaking all the movies, oh, car accident. But on the other side, is this real? Oh no, it's not a car accident. The police officer though stopped all traffic on the other side, and they are that's crazy because every time they do that in California, the line goes back miles. Anyways, what else? I was talking about Chucky, Child's Play. Right? That's a whole thing that they never got to, and I want to see it. If you're gonna remake movies, you might as well like add something new. Get them to switch, and then maybe have someone else redo the curse and have to switch back. What else is going on in the world? Let's see. What is good in the world today? Well, if you have to say there's something good, I feel like we are, how I started this is I was talking about what I saw in the news, and I saw that the tariffs some of the tariffs were paused, which is good. But I don't think, you can correct me, I don't think they paused any tariffs with Canada. It was just Mexico. I was thinking like if you were Canada, right, and you saw that Mexico got a pause, but Canada did not, like how would you feel? You would feel so salty inside, like what the hell? What about us? What about know what it is? You know what I feel like why press conference that basically like, you know, if you watch Justin Trudeau's press conference after the tariffs were announced, he looked like an ex-girlfriend that, like, you know, he was like, why did you, if you sum it down, it was like, why are you breaking up with us? Oh, you found some new chick over there named Russia, I see. Well, we had a good thing going here. That's literally what it felt like. If you watched it, it felt like he was a heartbroken ex-girlfriend watching you with your new chick. I feel like that could be a reason why. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Canada's like, why didn't we get a pause? We got a pause last time. Alright, I'm getting to near my destination. We'll be back later. Bye.